Are we on the brink of a sensational reunion? Chelsea might be gearing up to welcome back a former academy star who has proven his worth in the Premier League. Rumors are swirling, and it looks like this talented defender could trade his current colors for the iconic blue once again. Stay tuned as we dive into the latest speculation that has the Stamford Bridge faithful buzzing with excitement. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop with all things Chelsea. There's been a lot of chatter lately about Guehi potentially making a return to Chelsea this summer. After Tottenham's surprising late bid for him at the end of the winter transfer window, many fans are buzzing with anticipation. But here's the scoop. According to Dean Jones, a reliable voice in the football community, it looks like Guehi is more inclined to head back to Stamford Bridge than to join Spurs. That's right, folks. Chelsea seems to have the upper hand. Jones mentioned on Market Madness that he was taken aback by Tottenham's late push for Guehi. He hadn't heard anything about it before, and felt it was a bit of a shot in the dark. However, he has been hearing for quite some time that Guehi is leaning towards Chelsea. That's a significant detail to consider, especially for those of us who have been following Guehi's career closely. He's a product of the Chelsea Academy, after all, and he's made it clear in the past that leaving the Blues was a tough decision for him. Guehi himself has shared how difficult it was to leave Chelsea back in 2021 for Crystal Palace. He expressed that it hurt a lot because he had been with the club for such a long time. To leave behind a place where he grew up and developed as a player isn't something you just shake off. He said, "In order to grow, sometimes you have to take the hard choice and take the hard path sometimes." That speaks volumes about his connection to Chelsea. Now let's think about this for a moment. If Guehi does return to Chelsea, it's not just a recruitment win, it's a statement. It reinforces the idea that our club remains a top destination for talent, especially homegrown players who have a history with the team. This could potentially enhance the squad's chemistry and bolster our defense, which has been an area we desperately need to solidify. With the likes of Maresca at the helm, Guehi's addition could be pivotal, as he knows what it means to wear that blue shirt. But here's where it gets interesting. Spurs' bid raises questions about their ambitions and their ability to lure top talent. Are they feeling the pressure? Are they scrambling to keep up with Chelsea's legacy? It's intriguing to see how this rivalry plays out in the transfer market. And as a Chelsea fan, I can't help but feel a sense of pride, knowing that we're still seen as the go-to club, even when rivals are making aggressive moves. And let's not forget the emotional aspect of this. Guehi's potential return would not only bring skill and youth to our defense, but also a player who understands the club's culture and values. He knows what it is to fight for the badge, and that passion could ignite a new fire within our squad. It's something we saw in the past with academy graduates returning to the club, contributing not just on the pitch, but also in the locker room. So, what do you think? Is Guehi's return to Chelsea the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, I see the potential for greatness, but on the other hand, the pressure to perform and live up to expectations can be daunting. It's a gamble, but isn't that what football is all about? Taking risks for the chance to achieve something spectacular. Manchester United made a last-minute push to sign Luiz from Juventus, a player they were after on deadline day. This is particularly interesting for us Chelsea fans, as we've had our eyes on Luiz ourselves earlier in the window. Juventus reportedly paid $42 million for him last summer, but it looks like they've hit a snag with his game time. He's only started 3 Serie A matches this season, and you can imagine how frustrating that must be for a player of his caliber. Now, let's talk about what this means for Chelsea. With Manchester United struggling under Ruben Amorim and only managing to bring in a couple of players while losing key forwards, it feels like a golden opportunity for us to capitalize on our rivals' weaknesses. We know how competitive the Premier League is, and if United can't get their act together, it sets the stage for teams like Chelsea to reclaim their positions at the top. It's worth noting that Chelsea showed interest in Luiz earlier this window. We were in the mix, but United's late approach seems to have fallen flat when Juventus decided not to let him go. But let's be real. Does Luiz even fit into our squad? We've got a wealth of talent in the midfield, but the reality is that injuries and form can change quickly. A player like Luiz, with his Premier League experience, could have been a smart addition, especially given the ups and downs we've faced this season. And here's the kicker. Manchester United's decision to let players like Marcus Rashford go on loan to Aston Villa and Antony to Real Betis has left their squad looking thinner. It's almost like they're playing with fire, and if they don't turn things around soon, it could be a long season for their fans. Personally, I'm torn about how we should feel. On one hand, it's great to see our rivals struggle, but on the other hand, we need to focus on our own squad and ensure we're not getting complacent. Speaking of our own squad, I'm curious about the direction we're heading. With the January transfer window behind us, I have to wonder if we're doing enough to strengthen our position. Are we building for the future, or are we just filling gaps? The buzz around Chelsea has been about youth and potential, but it's vital that we strike the right balance between nurturing young talent and bringing in seasoned players when necessary. With United's latest struggles, it feels like the perfect moment for Chelsea to make a statement. We can't afford to sit back and watch our rivals falter without taking advantage of it. Our chances of climbing the table and securing a strong finish depend on our ability to remain proactive, whether that's in the transfer market or on the pitch. So, what do you think? Are we on the right path with our current strategy? Honestly, I'm torn. I see the vision, but I also worry about the immediate results. Fans want to see success now, not just promises for the future. It's a delicate balance, and I can feel the tension building within our fan base, as we all have high expectations. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do you think we should have pursued Douglas Luiz more aggressively? Or is our focus better placed on nurturing our existing squad? Let's keep this discussion going. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all things Chelsea. And make sure to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. It's an exciting time to be a Chelsea fan, and I can't wait to hear what you all have to say.